Hey Gear Seekers, I'm Nick. Now I've got a little bit of a different build video today. As you can see, the build is already complete, but I built this brand new editing rig for my buddy Sam Beckman. He's got a YouTube channel where he does a lot of phone content and a lot of filmmaking content, and I was tasked with building him a brand new editing rig. So here it is, and we're gonna go through and build it and do all the normal stuff in a normal build video, but as a little bit of a caveat before we start this video, I didn't actually have a say in any of the parts that went into this system, so I know that the CPU is a little bit of a controversial choice, and I know people are gonna comment about it, so I thought I'd just get that out of the way, but yeah, let's roll the intro and then, yeah, build. Like I mentioned in the intro, I didn't actually get a say in any of the parts that got used in this, except the case. Everything else was sent from Cooler Master and MSI as it was, and we actually got sent another case for this, but I decided to pull the SL600M out of my personal stash because Sam's my buddy, and I wanted to give him something that I thought would suit his aesthetic a bit more, so that's why I went with the SL600M. Anyway, let's do a build. Let's go. You guys ready? You ready, Claire?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, let's do it. hope you guys enjoyed this build. This is a really nice, clean build to do, and something that I don't do very often is like hardcore cable management with zip ties and all that stuff. And because this is a rig for someone else, I thought that I would go the extra mile to make it really, really clean and easy for him to expand it if he needs to, because I didn't actually show this, but I actually, he's got a couple extra drives that we still need to add that he's currently got from his old rig, and they're going to be mounted in the front behind the front panel, and I've made provisions for all the solder and all that already. So we'll be doing that when Sam comes around to pick up the PC, but I thought I would just, yeah, I'll just tell you about it. Now there's a few reasons why I picked this case. It's mainly because of where Sam's going to have the PC and the design of the case. So the individual thing about this case that you don't see in a lot of cases is it's a chimney design. So the air comes in from the bottom and it flows out through the top. And that's why I vertically mounted the GPU, because you have the best potential and temperatures for GPUs if you mount it vertically in a chimney orientation. And because I'm using the Cooler Master vertical GPU bracket and not the built-in rotated bracket because it just doesn't fit this build, yeah, the airflow should be really good because the GPU is pushed all the way up against the motherboard. So the airflow potential is really, really good. And overall, I'm pretty happy with how it all turned out. The only problem I really had was actually getting the GPU to fit. Now, like I mentioned, this GPU was supplied to us and I could have measured it, but I actually got it to fit. Basically, I had to remove one of the bits of the PSU shroud just to get a little bit of clearance back. And I actually, as you saw in the build, slid the GPU in from the back of the case because the whole rear of the case is basically removable. So it kind of slid in like a rack mount server. Yeah, it was really cool and it actually ended up working pretty well. One thing I probably will tell Sam to do when he uses this is remove this top panel because, yeah, it doesn't take away from the aesthetics of it, but it gives you a bit better exhaust out the top. And because of the CPU choice, it might be a good idea to do that. And speaking of that and all of the parts, the CPU that was chosen, which I didn't actually get to choose, and I probably would have gone Threadripper, sorry, that's just my opinion, is the Intel i9 10980XE. Now, for video editing, it's pretty good. It's got a high core frequency, so it should be pretty good for it. Now, MSI came to the party with this and basically they supplied everything. The GPU is the RTX 2070 Super Gaming X Trio. It's a decent GPU. As you've probably seen, I've used it a fair bit on the channel recently for some benchmarks and some builds and stuff because we were waiting for some of the other parts to arrive. Yeah, that's why you've seen it. And obviously you would have seen this motherboard back in January. It's taken us a long time to get this all coordinated. The motherboard is the MSI X299 Pro. It's a pretty decent motherboard and supports the 10980XE right out of the box. I didn't have to update the BIOS or anything, although I did end up updating the BIOS anyway. The cooler is the Cooler Master ML360 IA RGB. I've used this cooler plenty of times. I decided to use the 360. We're actually supplied with a 240 cooler, but I was like, hey, I'll give Sam one of my own personal coolers because he's one of my buddies. And that's why I put the Gear Seekers logo on it too. So now he has to look at our logo every single time he edits his videos. The M.2 in here was from his original build, so I didn't have to install Windows or do any of that stuff. I just basically plugged it in, got it all up and running, and that was it. So yeah, that's why it doesn't have a greater size M.2. The RAM was kindly provided by our friends over at Team Group. It's 32 gigs of Team Group Nighthawk RGB at 3200 megahertz. Yeah, it's a pretty decent RAM kit. We've used it stacks of times on the channel. It looks pretty great, and yeah, it's a decent kit of RAM. And obviously the case is the Cooler Master SL600M. I like this case. I am a bit sad to see it go, but it's okay. Sam needs something beautiful like this, so I thought I would provide him with the coolest looking case for a content creator. I really like it. I really, really dig this thing. And it's quiet, as you can't hear it, right? And the fans are basically cranked up all the way and it's dead quiet. I really, really like it. But yeah, that's basically all of the parts. Is there anything else I want to say, Claire?
No.
Are you sure?
I don't know.
Oh, okay. Well, yeah, I'm gonna thank the vendors on behalf of Sam because Sam's not here to film this part of the video. But yeah, I just wanted to shout out Cooler Master, Team Group, MSI, Intel, and M-Wave for hooking up all the parts. That sounds a bit right. Yeah, that's right.
I think so.
Hope you guys enjoyed this build video. Now this is a sponsored build video, but not for us. It's not sponsored for us, it's sponsored for someone else. I just happened to be the middleman putting it all together. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed that. And yeah, we'll give you a bit of an update on this when Sam gets his hands on it and he does some work on it. And I'm sure he's gonna do a video on his channel about it very soon as well. So yeah, hope you guys enjoyed it. If you like the music you heard here, I make all the music. You can grab it down on our Patreon and you'll soon be able to grab it on Floatplane as well. And if you like this video, please like and subscribe and hit the join button and join us on Floatplane. And don't forget to subscribe to Sam's channel too. There's a link in the description and I think you can tag other creators and video titles now too. So just click that. You know how this all works. If you didn't like it, tell us what you hated about it. Once again, thank you so very much for watching. I'm your boy Nick with Gear Seekers. You peak, we seek. And yeah, I'm gonna put this all back on. And I haven't actually told Sam that I've built his PC yet, Claire.
Oh.
He doesn't know.
Well, that's exciting.
It's gonna be a bit of a surprise. Maybe we'll do another video when he comes to pick it up.
Maybe.
But this video will be out. He'll actually learn of the existence of this PC when this video comes out, because I'm not gonna tell him until the video comes out, because I wanna kind of surprise him. But not surprise him with him coming to pick it up. More surprise him with the fact that the video came out. It's gonna be like, what? Yeah. Enjoy, it's pretty cool. I dig it. Thanks for watching.